Well, I hope you can see this sum on the screen. It's a question taken from the trigonometric ratios and identities. This sum is actually, it looks like a monster, isn't it so? So in the very first glance, people will be very scared of doing this sum. But what I will suggest, that once you complete this sum, you will be very, very confident about the application of trigonometric identities in the problem. But those who have not done the basic sum, this video is not for you. Basic trigonometric ratios and identities, if you have completed, then you give a try to this sum, and then you will feel it very interesting while solving this. Otherwise, it will be a wastage of time, because those who have not done the sum, trigonometric ratios and identities, for them, this sum is not at all a good sum to start with. This is an advanced level sum. So, I will suggest you pause the video right here and at least give a try to this sum. And if you face any difficulty while solving, come to the video and see its solution. Now, in this question, I hope you people all know this sign. This is basically pi. Pi means product. If I write pi r equals to 1 to 10 r, it means what? It is basically 1 into 2 into 3 and so on till 10. So it is product of all the terms. In contrary to the sigma, which represents the sum of the terms given. Okay, so we have understood what is the meaning of sigma. Now let us directly jump into the question. We have been given pi r equals to 1 to 51, then pi over 3. Let me just multiply this pi over 3 inside the bracket. So we are getting pi into 3 to the power r minus 1 divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Correct? And in the right hand side we are getting the same thing I am doing. I am simply multiplying pi over 3 inside the bracket. We are getting Is it clear? Now let us assume pi into 3 to the power r minus 1 by 3 to the power 50 minus 1 as your alpha suffix r minus 1. Then pi by 3 plus alpha suffix r minus 1, which is equals to k cot pi by 3 minus alpha r minus 1. Okay. Now I can take this cot pi by 3 minus alpha suffix r minus 1 in the denominator. So we are getting which is equals to k. Well, I can take this cot in the numerator since it's a product, so I can take it up and it will become tan pi by 3 plus alpha r minus 1, When this cot thing goes up, it will become tan pi by 3 minus alpha r minus 1, which is equals to k. Now you see, if I multiply both sides with tan alpha r minus 1, so we are having, which is equals to k times pi tan alpha suffix r minus 1. Is it clear? What I've done, I have multiplied both sides with tan alpha suffix r minus 1. Now, we all know that tan theta into tan 60 plus theta into tan 60 or pi by 3 minus theta is basically tan 3 theta. Okay? This is a form which you people have all proved in the basic level. In any textbook, whether you are from CBSE or IISc, doesn't matter. This is a very, very common identities to be proved in your chapter, trigonometric chapter, right? So, by using this formula, I can write this part. Look it very carefully. I can write this part pi r is from 1 to 51 tan 3 times alpha r minus 1. And in the right hand side, we are having k pi r 1 to 51 tan alpha r minus 1. Is it clear? Now, if you observe this, we have assumed pi into 3 to the power r minus 1 by 3 to the power 50 minus 1 is alpha suffix r minus 1. So from here we can write, यहाँ से हम लोग क्या लिख सकते हैं, pi into 3 to the power r divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1 is nothing but 3 times alpha r minus 1. 3 times alpha r minus 1 means 3 times alpha r minus 1. This can be replaced by, look it carefully, this part, I can write it as alpha suffix r, isn't it so? Because alpha suffix r minus 1 is pi 3 to the power r minus 1 by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. So from here we can write 3 times alpha r minus 1 is pi into 3 to the power r by 3 to the power 50 minus 1, which can eventually be written as alpha suffix r. So our problem becomes like tan alpha suffix r is equals to k pi r is from 1 to 51 tan alpha r minus 1, right? Now, let me take, if I expand this, we are going to have what? Tan alpha 51, okay? The left hand side. And what about the right hand side? In the right hand side, we can write k times tan alpha 0, tan alpha 1, tan alpha 2, tan alpha 3, and this thing goes on till tan alpha 50. Clear? अभी बच्चों एक काम करो, ये सब दोनों साइड से कैंसिल करो, because under any circumstances tan alpha n cannot be equals to 0. So I can divide both sides and these terms will get cancelled. So we are left with tan alpha 51 is basically k times tan alpha 0. Okay? Now, what is tan alpha 51? Let me just go for the first one. Your alpha r is pi 3 to the power r by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. So, what is alpha 51? It will be 3 into, it will be tan pi 3 into 51 divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1, which is equals to k tan alpha 0. I am writing it here so that you will understand that. Here we are having pi into 3 to the power r. Your alpha r is basically pi into 3 to the power r divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. So, what is alpha 0? Your alpha 0 is basically pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1. So, in this case, it will be pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Is it clear? Now, what to do? In the question, they have said that if we simplify this, we are going to get like this 1 minus 3 tan square pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1 equals to a divided by bk minus 1. You can see it on the screen. Well, इसको simplify कैसे करें? एक चीज देखो बच्चों, can I write this thing as tan 3 pi minus pi into 3 to the power 51 divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1, which is equals to your k times tan pi divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Right hand side, I am not touching. Now, tan 3 pi minus theta, tan 3 pi minus theta is basically minus tan theta, right? So, to make it positive, because there is a positive sign. So, to make it positive, let me give a negative sign outside. So, this part will definitely give us this, because tan 3 pi minus theta is minus tan theta. So, it gives us tan pi into 3 to the power 51 divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Well, if we simplify the inside, we are going to have pi into 3 to the power 51 minus 3 pi minus pi into 3 to the power 51 divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. This is equals to k times tan pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Now, this thing and this thing goes off. So, we are left with tan 3 pi divided by 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Because tan of minus theta will give us minus tan theta. So, this minus will come out and it will make this negative to positive. So, this is equals to k tan pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Okay. Now, let us say pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1. Let us say it's a constant. Let us say this is nothing but your beta. So, we are having tan 3 beta equals to k times tan beta. Tan 3 beta can be written as which is your k tan beta. Now, I can cancel tan beta from both sides. So, it will give us 3 tan square beta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square beta is basically k. Now, if I cross multiply, we are going to have 3 minus tan square beta equals to k minus 3 k tan square beta. Isn't it so? So we are getting 1 minus 3k tan square beta is 3 minus k. So that gives us tan square beta is 3 minus k over 1 minus 3k. So that gives us 3 tan square beta is 9 minus 3k over 1 minus 3k. And 1 minus 3 tan square beta is 1 minus 9 minus 3k by 1 minus 3k. So we are having 1 minus 3 tan square. What is beta? Let me replace beta. Beta is pi over 3 to the power 50 minus 1, which is equals to 1 minus 3k minus 9 plus 3k divided by 1 minus 3k. So we are having 3k goes off, minus 8 over 1 minus 3k. That implies it's coming like 8 over 1 minus, it will be 3k minus 1. Minus sign I have cancelled from both numerator and denominator. Now, if you look it carefully and if we compare, we are easily see that your A is coming to 8 and B is coming to 3. Therefore, your A minus B will be 8 minus 3, which is nothing but 5. Therefore, the required value of A minus B is 5. Hence, option C is correct. Is it clear to all? Actually, this problem is in the little difficult side. So I hope you people have all understood. If you have not understood, please come back to the video again and replay it. Then you will understand what logic I have imposed to find out this problem. Okay? See you in my next video.